Okay, just testing audio.
What is happening? I s-
My computer just went
Okay, just
haywire.
testing audio.
what is happening? Okay, yeah,
So we're all being heard, right? All
yeah.
right. Okay,
With Heidi's bad sound.
we will be with you soon. Hey everyone. Let us know if you could hear us. Just comment. Whether you're on
Let's
Facebook, YouTube, comment so that we can see if you can hear us or not.
yeah, let's not be talking and then everyone is like, what? What are you saying? We can't hear anything.
Let me just also make sure I can see all the comments.
To be joined by, well, I'm talking, not knowing if people could actually hear us, but
Somebody just messaged me and say it's good.
okay, great. So we're going to be joined today by Sphynx Agents Industry, sorry. So it's a group of young entrepreneurs and they dabble in digital marketing. So this should be exciting. I just checking in with sending a link to some people here.
Yeah, me too. Let me send along some links.
So guys, we're on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
Twitter.
Sign in wherever you
Subscribe to our channel.
And yes, and subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe to our channel. Yeah. So how I don't. What's the thing?
I see people
Like how many
joining
viewers we have?
on Facebook. Restream IO is what we use.
Restream. I
Oh,
keep
we have
forgetting.
one of our guests already. I'm gonna add them to the room.
Oh really?
Yes.
These people are on time.
They're prompt.
Oh wow! Love this setup.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
And there's wine.
Oh,
Wonderful.
I love it. I love
Wonderful.
it.
I'm
love it so
loving
much.
this chat already. Love the vibe. Love the vibe.
That's the point. Boy, I clean forget our Wi-Fi is strong.
Oh, this is great.
Oh
Yeah. What kind of wine are you guys drinking? Are you old enough to drink?
Good. All of us are 18 and up. We drink.
Okay, just making sure that nobody parents message.
Nah, you won't get sued. Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Great. What kind of wine though you didn't say?
We're drinking 19 Crimes, the banished.
Oh, which
Oh.
one?
The banished.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. So we were just introducing ourselves and plus waiting for people to join and also checking the audio. If you can hear us clearly, just comment and let us know in the comments below. We're live on YouTube, Twitter, and my Facebook page.
Yeah. So again, we're joined by Sphynx Industries. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Okay.
Many persons.
Great. And as you can see, four handsome gentlemen. They're young entrepreneurs and, they're dabbling in digital marketing. And, we're just going to be talking to them about, this company that they've started, just getting to know them, getting to know their company. So if you guys have any questions that you want to ask, like Heidi and Janika said, we're live on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So ask us questions, ask them questions.
Yeah.
So who wants to start? Jan, Heidi?
Well, first I would ask them to introduce themselves a bit and let us know like their names.
Okay, so we're going from regular.
All right, well, my name is Aaron Freitas, and I am the Chief Research Officer of the company. And I also am the head of videography for the company, because as you know, we are like a combination of multiple roles in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Alejandro Tesorero. Sorry? Yeah, my name is Alejandro Tesorero, Spanish name. I'm the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer of Sphynx Industries. I am also the main graphic designer for the company, so I deal with everything graphics for Sphynx.
Excellent.
Right. So I'm Tyreek Thomas. I'm also the CEO of Sphynx Industries, and my field expands from social media management and also audio production.
Right. I'm Simon Hamilton. I'm the Chief Information Officer, and I'm also in charge of the photography division of our company.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
So you all have different roles, and everything combines to create Sphynx Industries.
Correct.
So, before we even go into like all of the deep questions, how did you come up with the name Sphynx?
Right. So that's a bit of a funny, not so long story.
Yes.
Right. So originally, we had Simlan and I just starting off thinking about Sphynx. And at that time, we didn't have a name. So when we had all of us joining in, because, our names started with C, A, and T. So originally, it was supposed to be called Cat Cop. So thanks to the stubbornness of my good Ali, we decided, all right, everyone's not comfortable with the name. We're gonna change it.
Yeah, I wasn't having the whole cat cop in primary schoolish. So, we were kind of just throwing around ideas and all of that. And I came up with, so let's do a species of cat, since we're trying to go with our whole team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we came up with Sphynx. Yeah.
Nice. Well, it's a very unique name, and it's pretty identifiable.
Yeah.
Because from the moment I saw it, I saw the Searchlight article that they did on you guys, and like days after, I still remember the name Sphynx.
Yeah, definitely. Same.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, so I'm very happy you didn't keep the original name.
We're happy.
Likewise.
So did you guys always want to be entrepreneurs, or is this something that just kind of developed recently?
In terms of I always want to be our own bosses and really be in control of what we are doing particularly. And I really think it's something that, younger people have that mentality as well. They don't really want to follow what somebody else is doing, but want to really tread their own path. And I think we have that same mentality.
Yeah, I think like from even being younger, I've always had this entrepreneurial spirit because both of my parents are actually entrepreneurs.
Okay.
So I grew up seeing that whole, I'm in charge and I run my own business kind of thing. So even from since I used to go to secondary school, I used to hustle biscuits and those kind of stuff. Yeah, and I actually have my own other business right now called Palette of Pops, all natural.
I know that.
Yeah, I'm Palette of Pops, and then with my colleagues, we decided to start up the whole Sphynx Industries thing also.
Yeah, all of us kind of had our own freelancing business at the time. Then we decided to have a collaborative effort, and that's how we ended up forming Sphynx.
Right.
Guys, I am very impressed.
Yeah.
And on that note, I will drink to you. Just I am impressed.
You were going to say something. You were going to add on to what
I was just going to say that most of us here, we don't like to depend on our parents for stuff. So that was the main push, because we wanted to do something to make money during the summertime. And then we ended up starting our entire company.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
Wow. Yeah,
That is amazing.
So
really love
have
that.
you, it's that is, because let me tell you why I am mostly impressed though. And this is going to sound a little controversial, but people have been saying, our boys aren't excelling as much as our girls, and girls are,
Wow. You're not wrong about that.
So it's really, really great to see, you know, young guys, you know, stepping out into this field and, you know, just wanting to, you know, do things that aren't, you know, the typical, you know, typical industries. And while I say typical industries, have you have you thought about furthering your studies like in the different disciplines that you're interested in now, like videography, anything creative? Or do you think you would want to do higher education and focus on something more traditional like medicine, law?
Um, well, for me,
Science.
I want to do architectural studies in Jamaica. I know both Eric and I are going away next year to pursue
Oh,
it.
really?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Oh,
So
congrats.
in architectural studies, I'll be studying architectural photography.
Okay.
So I'm saying it's similar to photography, I guess.
Mhm.
My field of study, to be honest, I was gonna go off to the Manley University to study music, but then I fell a bit in love with marketing. So I decided I'm gonna go to Mona and study marketing because I'm not only the CEO of Sphynx, I'm also a soca artist, known as
Oh.
Diffusion, etc. So joining marketing is gonna help not only the company but to boost my personal career.
What's your stage name?
Diffusion.
Okay,
Diffusion,
all right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna note that.
You are you a live rendition or?
I'm fine. We're on Sphinx time.
What about Alejandro and Aaron?
Yeah, so in terms of furthering my education, right now I'm a second year student in the community college and I'm looking to go off to university and study business management. So I was supposed to go away this year, but because of the whole COVID-19 thing, I decided to defer my studies until next year. I am supposed to be going to the University of Toronto to study that.
Okay,
And
wow.
in terms of like graphic design and all of these things, I've done a few courses online, but I'm mostly self-taught in that area. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, in terms of me, like the rest of us, I'm sure each of us have our own like field that we are willing to get into, but I know each of us will do a bit of studies putting into the business as we are we one time. Because yeah, I do plan on going to university following second year college.
That's nice.
That's really good. It's really good because
I
it
am.
gives you an opportunity to kind of get some work experience in the different fields that you're interested in because this counts when you put on your LinkedIn, speaking from experience, when you put on your LinkedIn that you founded something and you worked with it for 1 year and so forth, especially when you have things to show for it. Companies, I mean, other companies or other internships and so forth at universities, they pay attention to these sorts of things.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah, I'm
But
blown
judging
away
from what
already.
you have said, it sounds as if Sphynx is something long term. It's not just to fit the current need to, make a few bucks. You're looking at this, for a few years down the road.
Yep,
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's excellent. And how do you
So-
plan to like manage going off to university and keeping up with the business, although it's a year away?
Right, so that's a very good question because we sat together the other day while formulating everything for the business and we decided that when we're abroad, the fields that we're in, we can always work on them while we can hire someone to do the groundwork in St. Vincent because photos, you can always edit photos from wherever you are, same as videography. I can manage social media pages and edit audio, etc. And graphic design is basically done at home.
Yeah.
So once we have someone or a team on the ground, we can keep the company running while we're away.
Fantastic. So digital marketing is an industry that may not be new outside of St. Vincent, but it's definitely something new to St. Vincent. So what has the response been towards your company? Because people may not quite understand or they may not quite,
Yeah.
get to what point of it is. So what has the overall response been?
So, well, okay. in terms of it being a new industry in St. Vincent, I wouldn't say it's that new because there are already some key players in the industry.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of the response, since we have started Sphynx, we've had a very positive response. Yeah, we've already acquired a few clients and all of that. So
Oh,
I
wow.
think it's something that Vincentians are already open to because they see the need for digital marketing and getting their business out there on the digital platform because, word of mouth and advertising in the newspaper and TV is just not enough in today's world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that is definitely, something Vincentians are interested in, and I think it has a lot of potential.
Oh, definitely.
I'm actually
Um,
surprised to hear that so many people, because I mean I know and I think we know the importance of it, but sometimes I get the feeling as if, I don't know, as if they haven't realized it yet. But if you're already getting clients and people, maybe they realize it but they just didn't have the know-how, which is great that Sphinx can come in and kind of fill that gap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because not every business that's out there would have someone to create the content or to manage the stuff that they have. So it's not about the uniqueness that we have right now about Sphinx is that okay. Social media management and those stuff, you can find individuals to do that, but you're gonna have to outsource to different persons. But when you come to things, you have it all under one conglomeration, one company,
a one-stop shop.
a one-stop shop for everything. Yeah.
Great. Have you encountered any obstacles though with developing and setting up your company, whether it be financial issues, or have you had any issues with change in people's mindsets about digital marketing?
I'd say we haven't exactly had issues. We already knew the challenges we were going to have coming into doing the business, so we just prepared ourselves. Okay, this is what.
I think it just froze for a second.
Yeah, I think we lost them for a second.
Yeah, hopefully it will recover soon.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, if you have any questions, we're monitoring the comments, so you could ask us questions. You could tweet at Wine and Chat. Here we go.
Okay.
We lost it for
we
1
lost
second.
you. Yeah. So you were telling us about we heard up to you were you had in your mind already that there would be some challenges. That's all we heard up to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can just continue from that. Yeah, as I was saying, we personally expected some challenges coming. And to our surprise, I would say, they have been much less than what we initially expected. I thought we've had, personally, in my opinion, and the opinion of quite a few of you onlookers, they'd say that we've handled them very well so far.
Great.
Yeah, because you tend to see that because we're young people, they may have a little look on us. But surprisingly, where everyone is respectful of our fields and what we're doing. So it wasn't that bad in the beginning. So we're going good thus far.
Yeah, because
I'm happy you said that. Sorry, Alejandro. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that I'm happy that Tariq mentioned you haven't had any issues with your age.
Yeah.
Because you see people, I've experienced it myself, and I'm not that young, where people dismiss you in what you're in because they think, oh, that's a little boy, that's a little girl, and I'm not taking you on right now. So I'm really happy to hear that, because it says something about the societal mindset in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and that is really it's something that is, what's the word I'm looking for, Janika? Help
It's like
me. My
a
brain is slow.
pleasant surprise, or it's something positive.
Yeah.
It's definitely a positive development.
Yeah. I'm wondering too. No, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think the main issue with people not necessarily looking down on young people, but maybe they don't have enough trust in them, is because they believe that they have maybe a lack of experience or what's not. But I mean, I don't know if this is bad and thing. But once you demonstrate you have a level of professionalism and seriousness with what you're doing, I think it would really allow you to go further in whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
I think that's the key thing.
That's something I definitely commend you guys on, because the way that you have been carrying yourself, carrying the business, the digital media surrounding it has been very professional. Even
Yeah, excellent.
the back and forth that we've had, or the conversations that we've had to set this up, has been so professional. It's really, I commend you for that.
Right. You were asking about our financial, if there are any financial issues.
Yeah.
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 Well, most of
Because
us.
cameras and you know all of these things that you're going to need can't be cheap.
That's true. That's very true.
Before we formed Sphynx, we had our own individual projects and businesses. So when we came together, we just merged everything we had, and whatever we didn't have individually, we just share until we could do better.
Okay.
That's
One
great.
small step takes a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So guys, how have your colleagues received this business? I mean, it's one thing for your business, your clients, but how have your colleagues really received what you've been doing?
Right. So we're very friendly people. And if you see our friends, if you talk to our friends, they're gonna tell you the same thing. And the thing about our circle is that everyone is extremely supportive. Right? So if my friend comes to me and tell me they have this business idea, I'm gonna push to them that they gotta try. No matter what, you gotta try. And that's the same thing they're doing for us. You know, when we have a broadcast or something that we're sending out, in 2 to 5 minutes, my WhatsApp is flooded on the status
Wow.
line with the same poster or whatever info we need to send out there.
That's
So I
Wow.
need to
amazing.
I need to comment all my friends
All of our friends.
and our
That's
supporters out there also.
Wow, that's fantastic. How do you intend to make Sphynx Industries stand out? Like, how do you plan to make this brand, a household name, a go-to? Like, you think about digital marketing, you think about Sphynx, you think about photography, you think about Sphynx. How do you plan to go about doing that?
Well, so you could go by anybody to get graphics, to get photos, to get videos, to get all of those stuff. But I think what we focus on here at Sphynx is the entire customer experience. So from the minute you contact us, you get in professional interactions, professional service, you get in quick turnaround times with your projects. We tailoring everything specifically to what you want. So I think in terms of the customer experience, I think that is what's gonna make us stand out from our competitors.
Yeah, and but I could attest to that because, like Janika said, our interactions with you have been A1,
Yeah.
like 100%. We were all like, "Wow, look at this!" Like they want to create like a little poster to put out there. Look, they're asking us for.
We were even saying maybe we should hire them for our this endeavor,
Yeah.
because this hasn't been easy.
Why not? Everybody ready? You want to listen, that's what I always say.
Big up to Sim is the one who handles all our emails and all
Yeah.
that. So
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
They're really nice, really nice.
so for your social media marketing, like what's the extent of what you do? Like what do you cover for people who might not be so familiar with these types of services?
Right. So social media management, right? Basically, most people would think it's just, all right, I'm gonna give this guy my social media and let him, post stuff. But social media management takes a bit deeper because you have to understand not only your client, but their clients.
Yeah.
You have to understand what you're trying to push. So if your
Oh no, they're frozen again.
Yeah. Luckily, it only takes a few seconds to come back. In the meantime, again, I would remind everybody you can feel free
Target
to ask
audience.
questions. Oh, there we go.
Oh, y'all were frozen again.
sorry, it's
It's
not
okay.
all, not all.
You
Right.
you were saying we heard up to you have to know what your clients like, that what their base is, and not just like, about the posting.
Right, yeah. So you don't only understand your clients, but their clients. You have to understand their target audience. So the content that we create as it surrounds the social media management has to match the audience that the client is aiming for.
Okay.
Right? As it relates to deeper stuff like the insights of the page. I'm gonna analyze what time of day your page gets the most traffic, etc. Consistency is important also. Because it's not about how frequent you post, but it's what you post and when you post.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's some other stuff, but yeah.
Well, so we have a question from YouTube. Somebody asked, well, they said I might have missed it, but can you just quickly recap what services you offer?
All right. So we offer social media management, graphic, audio production, photography, and videography.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of everything. And Mikhail Charles says the website is well laid out and flows well. My question is whether any thought has been given to industry-specific pitches.
Interesting question.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in terms of different customers would be dealing with different industries, obviously, right? So in terms of for my field, graphic design, for each specific industry, we would have to tailor make each graphic to suit the theme of whatever it is that you are working in or looking for, right? Because let's say we're doing graphics for business consultancy agency, right? We would need to provide a specific type of graphic that would appeal to their audience, and same for another industry. Let's use Palette Pops as an example, because we actually manage the page for Palette Pops. So for that, we'd use a more cartoony kind of colorful scheme, because that's the audience that we're looking for. So it all depends on the clients, what they do, who they're reaching out to, and all of these things.
Yeah. So okay, let me phrase this properly. Have you gone ahead and identified businesses that you may want to work with and maybe created a presentation for them, so to speak, so that you could present to them or pitch to them? Or do you have locked in interest from somebody before you start working on things? I just wanted to get a sense of how you're going about trying to get clients.
Right. So we're gonna do market research and check out Instagram and Facebook and those kind of pages. Then we're gonna have a sequence that we do to make sure that we check our local pages. For example, just the other day we were on Jazzy's All Natural page.
Love her.
Yeah.
My mom loves her products. Shout out to Jazzy.
So
Janika actually Janika is in Belgium right now, and Janika ordered stuff from her and got them in Belgium.
Right.
Wow, that's it.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, so we are going through their pages and we're like, what can we do to help bring out your products, etc. So then we'll sit down as a team, analyze the page. I'll ask the photographer, what do you think we can shoot as it relates to that? And he will give me a response we need to do something that is gonna capture the feel of the products, etc., etc. Videography will give a response right, is it gonna be a funny video? Is it gonna be a video, showing how to make certain stuff, etc.
Yeah.
So when we get all the details down, we're gonna slide in. Right? What was it? Slide in the DM. Send an email or something, showing our interest and what we can do as it relates to that. We haven't done it for Jazzy's yet though. Yeah. So if she's watching or if there's anyone there, the seeds.
Great. We have another question. Naya Bennett says, I have a question. Do y'all think that with y'all being friends like was made business in the long run?
Hi there, by the way.
Yeah, Naya's our friend.
Really and truly, I don't think so, because as a business, we have learned to separate friendship and business. And it has happened already.
Multiple times.
Today, so the interview done now, we're not talking to each other. By tomorrow morning, we're back to good terms, ready to start a new day fresh
Yeah.
and get over the other day's problems.
Because the good thing about being friends is that you understand each other a bit more.
Yeah.
So you know how to deal with certain situations. And being friends for years, we're gonna know, all right, then we don't really take on what he's saying. Because you know, you're gonna listen from a business standpoint. But you know, like if we get really frustrated and we decide to, you know, curse each other, not with bad words by the way. Right? But the business field. We're gonna shake hands, we're gonna relax, and then we're gonna listen to each other and get the thing done.
Yeah, because not gonna lie, for example, Tyreek and I, we both have very strong personalities.
Extremely
We
strong.
can tell.
Strong personalities. Sometimes, you know, he would say something, I don't necessarily agree with it. And then these two would have to kind of jump in and say, yo, okay, this is this is that. But then, you know, at the end of the day, we always resolve the problem.
Come to a conclusion.
Yeah.
That's
Because
the good
if
thing.
all of us aren't on terms, then the whole business can't run smoothly. So
Yeah.
we need
Teamwork
to,
makes the dream work.
Exactly.
exactly.
That's excellent work ethic.
Yeah, it is. Do you think that there is ample space in this market in St. Vincent though for multiple businesses like yours?
Yeah, I would say there's more than enough space, to be honest, because if you look at the potential clientele, I would say there are levels to them. They're like the high class businesses, like the businesses with really, really big following. And then they have their smaller businesses which are more up and coming. And you know, people just get into something, want to further themselves. And I'd say there's a wide spectrum in between that, where many businesses like ours could use it.
Great.
So if you had to pick a business in St. Vincent that, you know, your dream company to work with, which business would that be?
That's
That's a difficult question.
Or maybe top two for right now. Who you can't wait to work with?
Okay. Let's see. All right. We would love to work with Corez.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Why you may ask? Corez has different divisions. From the family to the whole, you know. They're similar to us that under one name there's so much.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's one. That's for me. That's for me.
Yeah, I agree with Tyreek.
Another one.
Boy.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, like a carnival band, like Mirage or Oxygen.
Okay.
Yeah.
That directly suits our services, I would say, because literally getting that exposure is exactly what they're about.
And Carnival is the hottest thing in Vincy every year.
Big up Vincy Mas. Exactly.
I actually thought when you started talking about a carnival band that you would have expanded to say CDC.
Because why not?
That's also when, you know.
Yeah.
We're not trying to lay down everything properly. Target is seriously, you know?
We could even target Blondie Board, why not? Pick up Blondie Board, friends.
Naya has another question. She says, you guys are young. How long do you see the business lasting? What if you guys go separate ways? Would you still work together from where you are? I think may have tuned in a little bit late because I think you kind of addressed it, but maybe you could repeat for those who are just joining.
Yeah. Right. So we have all agreed that although we go separate ways, we are still going to be into the company. We all actually have 25% ownership as founders to the company.
Excellent.
So unless somebody pop up to me with $1,000 to buy my 25 with $1,000,000 to buy my ownership, then yeah, but it can be $1,000,000 site. But that's never gonna happen because we are into Sphynx, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's something that our heart is touching at this point. So once we have the love, it's gonna go on. And with our plan, it's gonna go on.
So you said you each have an equal interest in the business. So then I'm assuming that you've gone through all the legal avenues to ensure that your business is registered, everything like that. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, we have.
legit.
Okay.
Wow, that's great.
That's fantastic because
Good job, guys.
not a lot of young entrepreneurs they're so excited to start a business that they skip a lot of the preliminary steps.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, at the end of the day, they're kind of like rushing now to go and do what they should have done, like in the first place.
Yep.
And while we're on that topic, I was wondering, just because, you know, I'm into this whole Prime thing that was started, have you guys considered applying for Prime?
Well,
Or have you applied for Prime?
we have something in the works. That's
Okay.
what I'm gonna say.
Okay. Say no more. Say no more. Tina.
We have something in the works.
Still less.
Good.
Love to hear it.
So, where do you see Sphynx in like the next 5 years?
Right. So we mentioned before that Sphynx isn't just gonna stop there
Mhm.
at where we are right now, right? We've also been in discussion on other markets that we plan to tune into. So within the 5 years, the company should expand not only for digital marketing, but
Yeah.
it can even go into modeling, you know.
Other fields we plan on having different sorts of businesses in different industries under the industries umbrella.
Yeah, hence
So-
the name industries.
Exactly. So that we just starting now with the digital marketing and all of these other aspects. But maybe in the future we could always expand into other markets, tap other markets and all of this. So, yeah.
What would you
Nice.
say is the most untapped market when it comes to St. Vincent and the Grenadines?
That's hard to say. Without throwing shade, I feel like the tourism industry could really use a boost.
Speaking to the choir here, preaching to the choir.
Not throwing any shade, but yeah, I feel like St. Vincent has a lot more to offer than what is generally shown. We have so many waterfalls, so many natural things you could do, so many nice things you could explore that they are not marketed fully.
And
Yeah.
we've also been into discussion and, you know, trying to touch our many.
Oh Lord. This is a conversation that we've had multiple times.
Yeah, we the reason why we're laughing is not because the idea is silly. It's because it is
A sore
we've
spot.
talked about it on so many occasions. In terms of, you know, pushing St. Vincent beyond white sand beaches and turquoise waters. And you know, I am extremely happy to hear that you guys are, you know, trying to reach out, you know, to the tourism ministry or tourism authority to see what you could help to do, because, you know, everybody seems to complain about it, but no one
Mhm.
really sits down and offers a concrete solution,
Yep.
or, you know, says, well, let me see what I could do. Let me
Yep.
see how I could reach out and
Yeah,
And
because
how
we
I
love our country. You understand? St. Vincent is
Yeah.
such a beautiful place. From beaches
So
to the
beautiful.
people to our culture,
yeah.
right? So let's expand a bit more on that. Let's talk about the hero stuff that we have in Greg's and those kind of things. Even Vincentians, to be honest, don't even know about the amount of stuff that we have.
Yeah,
100%.
that you are again, you are
After
preaching
COVID.
to the choir.
After COVID, though,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Social
Yeah.
distancing. We cleaned up, we clean.
Edward Newman asked, are you guys getting any advice or mentorship?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Right. You can talk first. I talk after. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so in terms of advice and mentorship, as I mentioned earlier, my parents are both entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My father owns Serenity Dive, and my mother owns Modern Life.
Oh,
Right?
really?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So, you know, in terms of the business aspect of things, we always reach out to them to give us a good bit of advice
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all and those other things. And you know, we've also reached out to people in our specific industries, like people who do graphic design, photographers, and other things, more experienced people.
To give some tips.
Yeah, to
Right.
give us some tips and you know advice on how to go forward in the industry and all of these things.
Right. And we also have a link. Well, not really a link. She's my sister. She was actually on here.
Tadra!
Ah, oh, okay.
She recently got her master's in marketing. So, you know, from time to time, I'll go to her for a bit of advice as it relates to the company. Shout out to Tej.
Oh, that's great. I didn't realize that you were a
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
You know, I saw her
Those
tweet,
people-
but I just couldn't figure out which one. So.
Yeah, me neither.
Sandra.
But what has the experience been like asking somebody in the graphic design field, knowing that you are, you know, about to try to do the same thing? Have they been responsive? What has that been like?
I was just gonna ask that. I was gonna ask if
Right.
because they're your competitors. essentially.
Competitors, yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, okay. In terms of that, I feel like we look at ourselves instead of just competitors.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are more experienced look at it more of a community-based thing. Like you know, we're all Vincentians. We all need to help each other out.
yeah.
So, for example, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Addy Designs. Yeah, he is a friend of mine who has given me advice in certain areas. I actually started out by asking him for a bit of advice to you know begin and all of these things. So
Mhm.
also shout out to Mavod Customs, Adib. He has also given me a bit of advice on that. So yeah. I think it's more of a community based thing, you know, I help you out and you know we all strive, although we had a eat of food. So
Yeah.
So true, huh?
But he said they have room for all of us, so why not, you know, expand on that?
Yeah. I'm glad that this is your attitude towards it though, because you know, I've encountered people who have, you know, even in my profession where so I'm a lawyer, and even as a lawyer, I encountered people like, God, like another lawyer. Like we're not helping you to look for anything. We're not helping you to draft this or to draft that. Like it always seems to be such a competition when young people are starting out. So I'm really happy that you haven't had a negative experience in that regard. And you know, I hope that kind of camaraderie continues.
We hope so too.
yeah, we hope so.
So we asked if you, well, somebody asked if you had gotten any mentorship or any advice, but what advice do you have for, you know, people your age who want to get into entrepreneurship? Not necessarily in what exactly you're doing, but just, you know, branching out and starting their own business.
Right. So my personal motto is your age does not determine your actions. Right? I've said it from time to time to all my friends. If you have something that you think is gonna work, Sim told me this today, risk it all. You understand? Risk it all. There are so many ideas out there. But if you think that your idea is gonna stand out and you plan it properly, seek advice.
Yeah.
Because you're never too old or too young to get advice from someone. Try your best and shoot it. Shoot your shot.
Yeah.
And my
100%.
advice would be, you know, don't be afraid to express who you are. Just be your most original, unique self. And that would also carry you far. If you have an idea and you think, man, people might not like it, people might not be open to it, you know, don't be afraid of what the public is going to think. Just go for it. Honestly, go for it. Because being in Sphynx as well as having another business as well has really opened my mind to, you know, take risks and be open to many things. So just go for it. If you have an idea, go for it.
Make sure it's legal though.
Make sure it's legal.
Good point.
I missed this question from earlier. You guys, okay, no, not that one. It's four of you guys. Are the responsibilities equally shared, or is one person above the rest in the group in terms of taking charge? Like, do you have a natural born leader amongst your ranks? Or
I would say each of us have our own leadership qualities in one way or the other. And
Yeah.
each of us have equal say, as we have said earlier, in each of the things.
Down to the roads.
But yeah, it just depends on the role. If somebody wants a certain thing, then the head of that certain role, like if somebody wants a video, I would have the most say on that. But obviously, since each of us have a say in the company, we be in contact with each other, saying, to know if it's something that we like as a company, and if we think the client will like it as much.
Right. And I think you're trying to get to the point that who is in charge. Yeah. We just said it. No one is in charge, but if we need to know what's going on, if we're gonna schedule this and that to make sure each other is on the ball, we have Sim who's gonna remind us
Yeah.
that everything is good between us and our clients, and oversee, projects that we're doing together. Because social media management, which also might be, I have to go to each of these guys. Once the client has that package, I have to check in with Ali and say, all right, I'm gonna get this graphic when and such and such and such. And it's all respectful because we're the same age. We have the same say into the company.
Mm-hmm.
And each of us deals with a specific aspect of the business, very vital aspect in terms of the executive role. So for example, Tyreek as the CEO, he has to see to it that everything is running smoothly as it should. And as the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer, I have to deal with anything that is funds and money coming into the business. So for example, if they decide, okay, they want to, allocate funds, let's say to run a social media ad campaign, they have to run it by me first, and I have to approve it. And everything is a process. So each of us has a specific role to play in the company.
Yeah, so if he says no money, it's no money. We have to respect that.
He's the man with the checkbook.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were going to say something, Jan?
No, I was gonna ask, what's you guys' main collaboration tool? Is it in-person meetings? It could be a digital tool, or it could be a physical tool, like in-person meetings. What would you say is the core way that you collaborate?
Because of Corona right now, you mostly use Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah. But if we have to meet, we usually meet at Tyreek's house. The headquarters of the business right now. And we walk out that we have to. In terms of clients, if they need us in the field, we just set aside a day and we go and visit them, see what exactly they need, and we try and produce whatever content they would want from us.
Make sure that we're all masked up and try to mitigate the risk.
Masked up.
We understand the whole COVID scene. None of us want it.
No.
We're gonna try our best not to.
And none of us want to give it.
That's true.
Has it been difficult to start and manage a business and balance school as well?
Well,
I think we started the business in a prime time because we have Corona going on, so college got closed.
Yeah.
The business got started. So right now we have exams in July. So as of June, we're just focusing mostly on being prepared for exams while still managing our clients' accounts.
Yeah, because we can't throw away school, and at the same time, we can't throw away the company. So there has to be a balance.
Yeah, in terms of me, because I have Palette of Pops is something I started late last year. And it was something I was balancing between school and the business, right? So it's all about time management, trying to find the perfect balance to do your schoolwork, to do your business work, and all that. I personally don't have the best time management, but I really tried. Like, for example, I started off selling the pallet of pops, the popsicles out of college. I used to go with my cooler and just hustle in college. People used to buy from me and all of that. But right now, because of COVID and all of that, because I'm not actually going to school, I had to think of another way to still get my products to customers. So right now I'm doing deliveries every Saturday. So yeah, I think that is something I've been working to try and balance between my schoolwork as well as business work. Right now with Sphynx as well, because we have online work to do also, but it's not as stressful right now.
Yeah. We think we started at a prime time, as Sim said. We don't really have anything to do, but at the same time, we know that things are gonna come up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Wow. Yeah.
I might even say even more so because, like, for example, with us, with this new digital, let's say, show that we have, it all started because of COVID, and I'm sure there are many other digital first things that started during this period. So maybe you even got a bit extra business. I don't know how has it. Do you think that that has contributed a bit to the business or?
It has.
Simple.
Though COVID-19 is a bad thing, and
Yeah.
trust me, there's no exception to it being bad. It is bad, right? But clients now understand the importance of social media and digital marketing.
Yeah.
So they an eye opener for us, but for businesses in SVG, and I'm sure that others can, attest to that. So yeah,
I'd say it's really been as well not only a wake up call on the front of the virus itself, but on the front that businesses are realizing that they are really far lagging in the social media presence aspect of their business.
What do you think is lacking in St. Vincent in terms of tools that would encourage entrepreneurship?
That's a good question.
Well, first of all, something I have encountered myself is the issue with PayPal in St. Vincent, because a lot of payments, online payments, and all of these things are done using PayPal, but as you may know, PayPal is not available in St. Vincent.
Yeah.
So that could be really frustrating. I think that is something, a tool that should be available to people in St. Vincent also.
Yeah, I had a lot of problems with that because I ran an online store, well, mainly online, but we also had a physical store for a few years while I was still living at home. And I had to really push, first of all, to get people to go online as opposed to just shopping on Instagram because it was mainly Instagram based. But I had to jump through so many hoops in order to get people to buy things online. And a couple people used to actually purchase things online, but it was so difficult, and it was such a achievement, let's say, or a feat when I managed to get people to be able to pay with PayPal. Like, other business owners contacted me and they were like, Jan, how did you get PayPal on your site, because we've been trying to get it organized, but I had to like link it to a bank overseas, and it was
we actually had one client that reached out to us outside of SVG, but we couldn't cater to them because we can't source the payment from them because there's just no other way as yet.
Yeah.
They're trying to find some tweaks, a little space in the crack to bypass that. See if we can. But we don't only intend to stay local. We plan to send things over.
Great.
Definitely.
Aaliyah asks, when it comes to management, do you only offer long-term agreements or do you do short campaigns as well?
Yeah, it all depends on the client. If you want to subscribe to a 3-month payment, etc., we mainly start off with at least 3 months. It can be a month dependent on exactly what you want. But we start off with 3 months daily. Then after that, if you're really convinced and you're satisfied with our service, if you want to call for a year's contract, then that would be into discussion with the board. We'll discuss like that, or we just continuing payments of 3 months.
Great. We have there are a few comments, like not questions, but Jordan Hamlet says, yeah, fellas, with flaming emojis. Gian Paul Baker says, you love to see it.
Brother Dave.
And someone else, their name is just BTFKF, no comment, just proud.
Shout out to BTFKF.
Yeah.
I wasn't at it, but big up yourself.
I'm all questioned out. I don't know if Jan or Heidi has questions. Anything else they want to ask? BTFKF is
It's
Tedra.
Tedra. Oh,
Hey, yo, you're supposed to know that, bro. You're supposed to know that.
Yeah,
that's cute.
So for me personally, I like the fact that you've been mentored. Persons in the industry have, offered guidance. And one of the things I like to see is people giving back. So my question is, would you be willing in whatever form to offer the same sort of guidance, support to, people who are interested in entering your field?
Yeah, I'd say I can attest for me for sure, and I think they would think exactly the same. That we see ourselves as growing in each of our respective fields. Like I'm sure the persons that we would have went to for some expertise would have been at our stage at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And in the same way that they would have given us some tips and help and what's not, I see no reason why we should do the same
Exactly.
thing everyone.
Once we're in the position to help and give advice, it's not every day that somebody will be able to. So why
That's
not?
such a positive attitude to have too, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Jamisha started out by saying it's controversial, but it's a fact.
It's true.
We are having difficulties with our youth, our young men in particular. We don't see them as enterprising as you guys are. You guys are, in my mind, an anomaly. You are well spoken, you are professional. I mean, I feel so proud. I feel like if I know you guys and, I have a stake in this now.
I'm invested.
Invested in Sphynx. I just want to see more of it, man.
Yeah, same here.
Whatever your parents fed you all growing up, and the other young men and feeding, because guys, you all are remarkable, you're outstanding. I mean, I will be fully promoting, advocating, supporting Sphynx going forward.
Thank you.
Definitely.
I appreciate it.
It's funny you said that because actually the other day we were in town running a bit of company errands, looking for some shirts to get proper uniforms. And we went into Lanes and and then there was this lady, she was like, "You guys are young men, right?" And then we're like, "Yeah, why?" It's like, "Wow, I didn't know they still made them like you guys."
Y'all are very professional and you manly. And if you touch me and I
They feel like $1, brother.
Oh my gosh.
Tedra, well, you answered this before, so
Yeah.
I'm just repeating it because being on young entrepreneurs, what advice would you give to those wanting to take the leap? But you did answer it, and I think you answered it really well. So Tedra, maybe you could ask your brother after what they said. But I don't have anything else to say. I'm just super impressed. But Jan, go ahead.
No, one thing I would say for the benefit of those watching, could you shout out, how to get in touch, how to promote Sphynx, or what you can do after or during the live? Website,
Right.
Instagram links.
Right.
Oh no, they're frozen.
We'll tell them to repeat. Ha. Just
So,
a real
back.
makeout scene. There we go. We are back.
Okay, you're back.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're on most social medias, We're on Facebook and Instagram at Sphynx SVG. So you can follow us and check us there for any other
Sphynx
information.
SVG.
We have a website also, www.sphinxindustries.com. And if you need to call us directly or email us, Simon's gonna tell you what to do.
All right, so 784-496-1604. You can contact me there. You can call me there. Did you get that?
Could you repeat it one
No,
more time?
repeat it.
Taylor.
If you have to call Sphynx, you can call us at 784-496-1604, or you can reach out to us by email at sphinx.industries784@gmail.com.
And your Sphynx is spelled SPHYNX, correct?
Yeah.
Yep, correct.
Like the cat.
Yeah. No, I
So
mean,
we're always on. We're very responsive. So once you send
you
them,
are.
100%. We might need to
You
get
are.
a 3-month plan after this.
Yeah,
well,
Ready?
why
When
not?
you're ready.
we might need to do that because this was when we started this, it wasn't something that we were thinking to like expand, and then it kind of just took on a life of its own.
Definitely.
So we may need to reach out to Sphynx for a consultation about what we could do.
There's a comment
yeah.
from Lesbia Martin saying, so proud of you guys. We'll need your service for Serenity Dive and Modern Language School soon.
That's big up to my mom. You think she's like,
Well, biggest fans are usually parents before anybody else.
That's true.
That's true. And we appreciate them all.
The support is
I have a
overwhelming.
question though. Like, this is the first time I'm hearing about the wine and chat thing. How did you guys start it up?
Jimmy,
Oh lordy. Okay, so
Why-
Oh, Heidi.
Heidi,
so we're in 3 different countries. I'm in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Jamisha is in New York, USA, and Janika is in Brussels, Belgium. We got tired of talking to ourselves in the midst of this pandemic. And one day we were like, let's just go live and give our different perspectives on what it's like to be on lockdown in these 3 different countries. So we went on, we started off on Instagram. It was fun.
yeah,
Interactive. Then we invited a biotechnologist who came on and gave some tips on
COVID
COVID and what
facts.
it's really about. Then we had an economist come on, and then it just went all.
It took on a life of its own.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, so we still really not sure
Mm-hmm.
what or where it would go. But in the meantime, while we're figuring that out, we figure, why not give young Vincentians a platform? While we're here and people seem to be enjoying it, why not bring on some Vincentians, who are, trying to make strides in the industries to, promote themselves and let people know, what they're doing, encourage others who may be interested in doing things that people like you are doing. So that's essentially what it is. None of us are into media like that or journalism. You have what are you again, Janika?
A software engineer.
A software engineer and 2 lawyers. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see you.
yeah.
Well, we might be seeing wine and chat on Netflix in the near future.
Well,
That would be
Why
great.
not? Stay the clips. Yeah. Why is a good initiative?
Yeah. I love the initiative.
Thank you.
We
Thanks
have
so much.
2 comments here. Brendan Thomas says, big up to the brothers. The sport stands firm and strong. I hope I pronounced his name properly. Niquez says, very proud of you guys. Keep doing what y'all are doing. So clearly you have a lot of support.
Yeah.
And it's not hard to see why, because you are very impressive. I look forward to see where your company goes and how it develops, and we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's cheers to
Yeah,
to
Cheers
Sphynx
to Sphynx.
Industries.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, so are we done now?
I would
up
say
to
so.
Okay, great. Thanks for coming on,
Thank
guys.
you so much.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much,
really.
guys.
Thank you.
We really
Thank you for having
enjoyed
us.
having you.
See you.
Bye. Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Okay.